Hello everybody, my name is Lars and welcome to a Cho Gath support kinda guide because he's recently came out and I just started playing him, so it's kinda like my first impression. What do I think about the champion and the support role? So let's just start with the pros. He obviously has free health thanks to his ultimate, which is a lot of free health. Like in late game you always have like at least 1000 bonus health, which is a lot as support. You have a really good smite, so you have better Drake and Baron control. When you have 10 stacks, you're really big, so your hitbox is obviously bigger, and you can shield your ADCs or APCs from any skill shots possible, and you can tank them easily. Also, your silence is really good. Silence is a very strong spell, and since the people are rushing onto you to get to your ADC, you can easily peel them off. It's not too hard to land your silence when they go for you. It's harder to attack as a Cho Gath because your Q is fucking hard to land. So, but since they're coming to you and you can easily peel them off, it's a really good thing. Also, you have true damage with your ultimate, which is a big threat to anyone who jumps to your ADC. You can even shred through tanks, so that's a big plus. That's a lot of really good pros, so he counters them with a lot of big cons. So his early is really weak, better to say non-existent. You can only farm on your lane pre-6, you can't do anything, because your mana regen is so shit and your mana costs are so high. You can't deal any damage, you can't fight. You use 2 Qs, you're out of mana. Why? Because normal Cho Gath compensates it with this passive, but you can't use your passive since you can't farm. So that's like your early is completely shit. Your damage is also really weak. Normally you wouldn't expect that because you're kind of a fighter later, because you can tank everything but you don't deal damage besides the ultimate. But which is okay because your ultimate is a really big power spike, but you can only use it once a team fight. So keep that in mind, you don't deal damage. Which I already mentioned is your Q is really hard to land. So that's also a negative thing if you're depending on your CC. So how do I build Cho Gath? I tried a lot of different things and a lot of builds that are working. For example, one game I built the Commando Banner, CZ Rod Portal and just pushed one wave. Like that's always a build that's working on supports. Or once I had to go AP because we were full AD. Sadly we still lost because no chance with this team, sadly. Which worked best for me so far is obviously you start with a relic shield. That's the best item because you can use your passive. You get gold, he gets your ADC gets gold, and the stats are really good for you. So next item, it's depending on what you need. I would either go Solari or Redemption. The Redemption gives you nice mana regen, but the Solari is a really awesome item overall, because it gives you both stats, gives you health. It's perfect for Cho Gath. As next item you could go Frozen Heart if needed. Also a really good item on Cho Gath, or normally played in top lane too, built in top lane too. I would build the Relic Shield into the face of Mountain if you feel like you don't get enough money, because most items are really expensive, so that's a good path. Which also works as the King's Vow, and like the rest is really up to you. Whatever you need, any tank item that works. Don't go for damage unless your whole team is full AD, which shouldn't happen in the first place. So like don't go any AP damage, you won't deal damage. You are just a meat shield, nothing more. For runes, I took 9 armor marks, 9 health scaled seals, so health per level, 6 magic resistance in the glyphs, plus 3 mana regen, because yeah, your mana is really low, and 3 armor quints. Like you wanna be tanky, you don't deal damage anyway. Masteries are around 0, 12, 18. Like I just blend it in now. And what you see is you don't take the runic armor because you don't use the passive anyway. And obviously you want the Courage of the Colossus if you hit your stun. As playstyle, I suggest playing really passive in the early game, and as soon as you hit level 6, you go for the drakes. You want drake control. You want to stack up as much as possible, and getting early drakes is good for you because later you can always get your just minion stacks. And if you can possibly kill an enemy with your ultimate, do it. You want the stacks. Just don't waste everything on minions. Only use it on minions if you have no other opportunity in the next minute. And the later the game goes, you're just a big meat shield. You try to tank everything. You're just standing next to your ADC, you hug him. You are nothing but a big hitbox. They get really frustrated because you can silence them. If they jump on them, you silence, you knock up, you eat them. So you're just annoying. I had really bad stats, but I won almost every game. And I don't know really why I didn't do too much. I have to test him on higher elo too. But it needs, I guess, 2 weeks until I hit diamond. So I will update you and maybe I make a real guide. But that's just my first impression. I think it's a viable support pick. Way better than before. But it's obviously not something you can always play. Only if you can play really passive in the early game. I hope you enjoyed this video. If you want to see more support gameplays or guides, just hit the subscribe button. And see you soon. Bye.